You don't need to be watching videos of Arnold Schwarzenegger, a voiceover on his like biggest lifts to get out of bed on a Monday morning, do you? You just really don't. Today I'm going to be telling you why you shouldn't have to be always searching for motivation. Like, comment, subscribe for more content. Let's get into it. So a lot of people search for how to stay motivated. Why can I not stay motivated? Any tips for staying on track? And the simple answer to this is, if you are feeling like you're not motivated and you struggle to get out of bed in the morning and you can't see a purpose to life, it is probably because you're unhappy with the situation that you find yourself in. And a lot of people think that motivation is this thing that you need to acquire and you need to maintain forever in order to be productive, and that is just not the case. It's perfectly reasonable, perfectly normal as a human being to go through peaks and troughs where you are not motivated at some points and you just need to take a step back and unwind and chill, and there's times when you're going to be super motivated, and that's when you're going to have to be effective and efficient with your time, utilize the time effectively and be productive in those moments. So it's all about picking the right moments and using your time efficiently. If you are finding that you are searching YouTube for Arnold videos and for motivational speeches, tracks, all of these things, you need to listen to Eminem Lose Yourself in order to go hit a gym session because you can't find the motivation to get on the public transport, bike there, walk there, etc., then it's probably something underlying going on that's the issue here. And ultimately that is going to be because you're not enjoying your day-to-day. If you are trying to stick to an exercise routine, for example, that you don't enjoy, then change your exercise routine. If you're doing a sport that you're not very massively into because your friends did it or you perceive it to be cool or whatever, then maybe try something else. If you're into cycling, do cycling. If you're into football, play football regularly. If you enjoy going to the gym and training CrossFit, do that. Just because someone else is doing a bodybuilding style of training, if you don't enjoy that and you prefer to do CrossFit. Likewise, if you tried CrossFit or you're not into that style of training, do a more bodybuilding focused program. You've got to pick a style of exercise and training that you can adhere to long term, and long term adherence equals something you enjoy. So pick a form of exercise that you enjoy, daily habits, little things that you enjoy, and stick to them. Do more of what you like, essentially. Now, in terms of work, you may not be motivated because you can't see a purpose in your work and it's a sense of fulfillment. And I'm going to talk about the differences in terms of extrinsic versus intrinsic motivation here, and how you can identify which camp that you fall in. And sometimes it's going to be a combination of the two. So intrinsic motivation means the meaning and the purpose associated with a task comes from within and it's inherent to you. So, for example, a student does his maths homework because he finds the material stimulating, or he sees an inherent value associated with doing this work to progress, to improve themselves. Or a student does that maths homework because they associate it with passing an exam or getting an award, or later down the line getting a good job based on the good qualifications. So rewards or awards are seen as extrinsic. They're things that are not inherently within us or perceived by us. They're external, essentially. So extrinsic motivation refers to any incentive that we get to perform a behavior. Maybe you go to work for the incentive of getting paid. That is primary objective of earning money to live, right? But if you haven't got any intrinsic value, so any sense of purpose or enjoyment or value associated with that work, and you only see the extrinsic side of it, so you only see the remuneration that you're getting, the money that you're getting, and the title, say, then over time this is going to gradually wear down, and there's only so much extrinsic motivation that you can actually utilize in order to be happy. You know, there's many studies out there that show that people that spend their money on experiences, doing things with friends and family, going on holiday, traveling, experiencing new things, putting that money into a passion of theirs, a hobby, these are much more worthwhile uses of your money than materialistic objects, having the latest car, having the latest phone, keeping up with the Joneses, i.e. seeing what someone else is doing on social media or next door, and feeling like you have to keep up with them. And in order to do that and to get some satisfaction, you have to keep getting the latest thing and the latest item, and that never brings any satisfaction, because when you get that item, it seems really new and exciting at the start, but how many times have you bought a new phone and for the first couple of weeks it seems really cool, really interesting, and then it just becomes part of the daily routine, and that then becomes the new normal. And as you go over time, that becomes more normal, and then you need something else to stimulate you because it's no longer new and exciting. So this theory of like keeping up with the Joneses next door and chasing materialistic objects and spending all your money on that is never actually going to lead you to long-term happiness. Focus more on things that can be associated with intrinsic value and that give you a sense of purpose. Spending time with friends and family, having a good work-life balance, doing hobbies, passions and things that you enjoy, doing some exercise routine that you enjoy, eating well, etc. All of these things that you perceive to have some sort of value and a sense of enjoyment to yourself is going to lead you to greater happiness day to day. So there is the distinction between extrinsic and intrinsic motivation. Doing tasks for the perceived rewards and incentives being extrinsic, and then doing something because you enjoy it or because you see some value in it, intrinsic. So now that you can probably identify which camp you fall in, you may be unmotivated to get out of bed in the morning for your job because you don't see any intrinsic value to it. You don't find it stimulating. You can't see the career progression. You feel disillusioned with management, or you don't see any value in doing the work, and you only see it as a paycheck at the end of each month. And if you are in that situation and you have the ability to change it, then you need to do something about it and do something that you do have some form of purpose associated with it. You're gonna, even if it's for slightly less money, you're probably gonna do better in it because you're more inherently motivated intrinsically about that task, and therefore you're gonna be more naturally motivated to perform well in it, and you're probably going to excel further than you would in something that you don't enjoy. So stop trying to always be motivated to do stuff, because there are times that you're not going to be naturally, but if you've got that core belief, that core value in what you're doing, then you're always going to come back to that baseline and do something that you enjoy. So follow your passion. Don't just do something for the perceived rewards, the status, the money, and you'll be a lot happier for it in the long run. That is my thoughts associated to motivation. I don't think we should have to go through Monday motivation, trying to drag yourself out of bed with some inspirational quotes every Monday morning. If you're in that camp, then maybe reassess what you're doing day to day. I really hope you took some value from the video, and maybe it gives you a sense of perspective in areas that you can improve in your life and become more motivated day to day by making these changes. If you did enjoy the video, drop it a like, subscribe for more content. I'll catch you guys on the next one. See you later. Bye.